Stuttgart is a city located in Germany, whose citizen holds pride on Mercedes-Benz. Today's presentation will be covering the design process, planning analysis, and preview. First of all, review will be covering before today's presentation. Let's go to today's movie. There were 3 key points of last week's presentation. The first point is the requirement. The Mercedes-Benz continued to develop and expand. To ensure that the brand presentation would keep pace, the decision to construct a new building was taken at the start of the new millennium. This is Mercedes-Benz Museum. The second point is the passage. The building is organized around an open area, and it features 3 spaces that fit around the central stem on different levels and into interlaced passes. The final point is the construction. There is a columnless space in the exhibition hall. Therefore, we briefly looked at the 3 core structures, the formwork and slab used to create these structures. Stuttgart is home to iconic automobile brand Daimler AG, and is also the birthplace of leading automotive supplier. As a result, the client wanted to build a museum in Stuttgart. The museum site which the client required was an outlying area close to the motorway and the Mercedes-Benz Center near the wooded hills. The building is located opposite the entrance to the main plant of Daimler AG in Untertürkheim, right next to the Daimler Stadium. And UN studio architects were inspired by the surrounding hills, and wanted to transfer the soft, rolling landscape to the building's cross-section. The double helix design came from this. The Mercedes-Benz plant in Untertürkheim is one of Daimler AG's oldest plants, whose tradition and history date back over 100 years. That plant, along with the Mercedes-Benz Museum, represents the myth and history of automobiles. Together with the works in Untertürkheim, the museum forms a new gateway to the city on the B14 road. UN Studio reflected this requirement. They founded in 1988 by Ben van Bockel and Caroline Ross, that specializes in creating groundbreaking architecture. The name UN Studio stands for United Network Studio and refers to the collaborative nature of the practice. They use deep planning in the early stages of their project. Deep planning is an in-depth analysis of various location-specific parameters, such as user group traffic flows, program activity patterns, and other relevant data. So the logistics core first be argued, and then the design comes in. That can measure and visualize everything, so that visualization of data brings some kind of inspiration and innovation to its design. Just as iteration is central to the design process, abstraction is central to the computational design process. Throughout the design process, computation provides control of increasingly actual parameters. In the later stages of the design process, computation offers the ability to control geometric and non-geometric data. Now we talk about the analysis of the planning. The first draft of the museum's plan began with geometric shapes. There are circles with the same radius overlapping each other. It connects the centers where the circles overlap. Three key structures are placed on the drawing and complete the draft structure drawing. The central atrium inside the building has three main capsule lifts. The elevators lift visitors upstairs. Therefore, we would like to see the drawings combined from the upper floor, following the flow of the downward movement. The Mercedes-Benz Museum features 8 levels with a twist structure, so you can see 2 levels per floor as the drawing. The noticeable structure in all drawings is the 3 core structures, which are centered and delivering the load to the foundation. At the center, the free-show bridge is located where visitors can set their own course. Next is what is called the Legend Room. The Legend Room is located and starting with the following lead lines. Visitors will experience the Legend course. After that is the Collection Room. It begins with a purple movement. Roof terraces are placed on the level 7 to 8 floor. The museum uses the void structure at the top of the exhibition hall to allow the exhibition to take place on the line. Users who pass the 2 different courses will work on the same floor but on different passes. Similarly, each pass follows a twist structure and connects visitors with a different room. There is also an exhibition space for Legend 7, Lace, and Legos. A space connected by stairs from the first to the third floors allows visitors to move the floors and watch the exhibition. The drawing on the first floor shows that the atrium, which there with the central axis, ran from the top to the first floor. The space below is the grand hall and is located along the cafeteria. The lobby was placed on the first floor, and it was placed next to the atrium, giving visitors easy access. The third point of today's video is the atrium. This space is a visual connection between the balcony and the platform. It also controls all levels made on the balcony and allows you to view the museum's cars from the opposite perspective. It gives you a chance to see the car not only from a long distance, but also from a close distance. That's the end of this week's presentation. Next, we will take a look at the preview. The CNC automatically controls the movement of the cutting tool with occurred figures by the computer, enabling the mass production of precision parts. The museum was constructed using a prefabricated formwork using CNC processing. CNC machine stands for Computerized Numerical Control, which refers to a numerical control machine with built-in computer microprocessors. CNC machines can be broken up into 2 main categories. These machines allow the movement of the cutting tool relative to the workplace in 3 linear axes. These machines can rotate on the same 3 linear axes, but also rotate on additional 2 axes using the machine bed and the tool head. We will explain in detail in the construction part which CNC machine was used in the museum. Today, we will study third time, design. Next, we will study first part, construction. In detail, we will study construction stage, site analysis, and construction document. Thank you for listening.